Hi there, and welcome to another episode of AskTom. My name's Tom Whitlock, I'm a business development consultant for Clifton Asset Management. In today's episode, we're taking a look back at one of our interviews as part of our AskTom Clips series. Without further ado, let's take a look now.
Sure. And whilst that's going to be a path that most people out there are going to walk and go through fairly well and have a great outcome using their pension to invest in shares like that, there does exist, of course, any number of people that might want to diverge from that path. And you've mentioned shares that are listed on exchanges. There exists shares that aren't listed on the FTSE or the Dow Jones or whatever it is. What can be the options for people looking to do something with that, and what are some of the steps involved in your experience?
Yes, I think, again, if the vast majority of people invest on a collective basis, i.e. lots of people clubbing together at a very low level to invest, you get slightly more sophisticated investors who like to perhaps dabble directly in share investments. And again, that is typically through a stockbroking facility, and it's typically accessing listed shares of particularly well-known companies. What's not so well understood is that pension regulations do allow for investment in unlisted shares. And of course, that's a far bigger, broader, more diversified community than your standard listed offerings. So under the right circumstances, and it is very, very closely monitored, heavily policed at the regulatory level, as you might expect, because of risk and diversification and this kind of thing. But it is possible for pensions to invest in shares that are not quoted on a particular index. And where that can be quite interesting, if you're sort of heading off the beaten track somewhat, is that, of course, every limited company that operates in the UK is established with share capital. And there are different classes of shares, different structure of shares, different priority of share rankings. But whenever you set up a limited company, you do so with an initial injection of share capital. And of course, what that means to many business owners is potentially, as well as using their pension to sort of fund large multinationals via, as I say, nameless, faceless fund managers and collective endeavours, they can, under the right circumstances, potentially use their pension to acquire shares in their own businesses, which opens up a whole sort of vista of opportunity that most people are unaware of.